12. Domovoy. Imagine thinking your house is haunted when it's actually just Domovoy doing his job. In Slavic villages, people believe the Domovoy, a little hairy spirit, lives behind the stove or under the floor. He's as small as a cat, sometimes covered in soot, and he keeps watch over the family and animals. People leave bread, milk, or a coin for him, hoping for good luck. Annoy him, and suddenly your cows get sick, the tools break, or you hear strange knocking at night. Old stories say the Domovoy might even be a family ancestor, sticking around to help out. In Russia, a new homeowner's first task is to greet the Domovoy, or risk years of bad luck. This monster just wants respect. 11. Brownies. Most people hear brownie and think of chocolate, but in Scotland and northern England, brownies are tiny, messy-looking creatures who clean your house while you sleep. If you leave them a bowl of cream or porridge, they finish chores and fix things before sunrise, but never thank them or give them clothes. They hate that. If insulted, they transform into boggarts and ruin everything, breaking dishes, spoiling milk, hiding your stuff. Families terrified of an angry brownie sometimes abandon their house completely, hoping the pest stays behind. One famous story from Lancashire tells of a brownie who left after being given a red cap, and the farm instantly fell apart. It's all about balance. Treat them right, and they turn chaos into order. 10. Tengu Japanese legends warn travelers to fear the Tengu, part crow, part monk, always unpredictable. At first, Buddhist monks called them evil demons who start fires and kidnap people. Over centuries, the story shifted. Mountain priests began to treat Tengu as strict guardians, punishing anyone who disrespects nature. On Mount Hiei, locals tell how Tengu taught sword fighting to proud warriors, but tricked thieves and braggarts. Tengu masks, red faces, and long noses are common at shrines. Some say they can fly, vanish, or even control the weather. Today, hikers in Japan still leave tiny offerings just in case. The line between monster and protector is thin. Cross a Tengu and you'll regret it. Respect the mountains and you might make a powerful ally. 9. Jinn genies in a lamp. That's just Hollywood. The real Jinn from ancient Arabian myth and the Quran are a whole civilization living alongside humans. They're made of smokeless fire, invisible, but totally real to millions today. Jinn can be good, evil, or just mischievous. They live in deserts, ruins, even crossroads. Historians say pre-Islamic Arabs blame sudden winds, strange voices, or madness on the Jinn. Some Jinn fall in love with humans, marry, and have children. Sufi tales describe friendly Jinn helping lost travelers. Others steal food or curse people who step on their home. In Oman, you still find Jinn doctors treating spirit-caused illnesses. The most surprising thing? Jinn have their own communities, laws, and even religions mirroring ours. 8. Selkies. Imagine loving your family but dreaming of the sea every night. Selkies are seal people from Scotland, Ireland, and the Faroe Islands. At night, they shed their skins and become human, usually breathtakingly beautiful. In most stories, a fisherman hides a Selkie's seal skin, forcing her to marry him. She raises kids, but never truly settles, always staring at the waves. Years later, she finds the skin and vanishes, leaving the family behind forever. There are Selkie men too, sometimes stealing lonely women from the shore. In the Faroe Islands, families claim Selkie blood, linking old legends to real genealogy. Scientists say some tales may come from ancient sightings of people in seal-hide kayaks. Loneliness, captivity, and freedom all swirl in these tragic stories. 7. Werewolves. The moon rises, and suddenly anyone could become a beast. European werewolf tales started as stories of brutal killers, but some accounts flipped the script. In 1692, Thies of Kaltenbrunn, an old farmer in Latvia, told a judge he turned into a wolf to battle witches in hell, protecting his neighbor's crops. He called himself a hound of God. Italy had the Benandanti, people who fought evil spirits in their sleep, often in animal form. Some cultures treated wolf people as cursed criminals, while others saw them as folk heroes. Medical conditions like hypertrichosis, excess hair growth, may have inspired the myth. These stories show the blurry line between fear and respect. One person's monster is another's secret champion. 6. Kitsune in Japan. Kitsune are foxes with a twist. They can shapeshift into beautiful women or wise old men. Stories say Kitsune trick greedy merchants or drunk travelers, sometimes leading them in circles for days. Other Kitsune become loving wives wives or mothers, only leaving if their real tail is discovered. Connected to the rice god Inari, some Kitsune are seen as divine messengers, and shrines filled with fox statues are everywhere in Japan. According to Edo period records, even samurai wrote about being outsmarted by Kitsune. Modern psychologists compare Kitsune stories to warnings about deception and misplaced trust. Real foxes were rare in parts of Japan, making the animals seem even more magical. The Kitsune shows how cleverness can become either a gift or a threat. 5. Naga. If you spot a giant snake statue in India or Southeast Asia, it's likely a Naga, not a monster. Nagas are serpent beings found in Hindu and Buddhist stories, sometimes half human, half snake, sometimes just massive cobras. They live in rivers and underground palaces, control rain, and guard treasures. One famous story says a Naga king named Mukalinda shielded the Buddha from a storm by spreading his hoods. In Thailand and Nepal, Naga festivals honor these beings with offerings for good luck and protection. Archaeologists have found Naga carvings over 2,000 years old in ancient temples. Farmers hope for Naga blessings during droughts. The idea of a monster turns into a prayer for rain and a symbol of hidden wisdom. 4. Dragons, East Asian. Forget everything about knights slaying dragons. In China, dragons rule the sky, bring rain, and even decide the fate of emperors. Ancient Chinese dragons have no wings but fly through clouds and rivers, controlling water. Every new year, people parade huge dragon puppets to attract good luck. The Dragon King is worshipped at temples during droughts. China's emperors wore dragon robes to show their power. More than 40 major rivers in China use dragon in their names, showing how common and positive the symbol is. Archaeologists have found jade dragon totems from over 5,000 years ago. Unlike the fire-breathing destroyers of the West, Asian dragons are protectors, rainmakers, and symbols of imperial authority. 3. The Fae fairies in children's books are sweet and tiny, but real Fae from Celtic folklore are powerful, touchy, and sometimes terrifying. Called Aosi, or the Good Neighbors, they live in hills, ancient mounds, or invisible worlds beside ours. Folklore warns people not to cut certain trees or build on fairy roads. Bad luck follows. Giving offerings of milk or bread keeps them happy, but stealing from them or breaking promises means disaster, lost livestock, strange illnesses, even missing children. The famous changeling swap. In Ireland, courts sometimes ruled in favor of families claiming fairy revenge. Anthropologists believe these beliefs helped enforce respect for nature and ancient sites. Forget sparkles. These fae can bless or curse an entire community. 2. Jötunn. Everyone knows Norse giants are the enemies of the gods, but there's more to the story. Jötunn, or Jötunns, are forces of nature: fire, ice, sea, and stone. Odin, the king of the gods, gets his greatest wisdom from a giant named Mimir. He keeps Mimir's head for advice. Many gods marry Jötunn. Thor's mother is one, and Loki is a full-blooded giant. Some giants, like Skadi, become goddesses after defeating the gods in contests. The first living being in Norse myth is actually a giant named Ymir. Sagas show that giants keep gods in check and teach important lessons. Instead of pure monsters, Jötunn are cosmic wildcards. Sometimes helpful, sometimes destructive, always important to the Norse world. 1. Medusa. Every hero knows the story. Perseus slays Medusa, the snake-haired monster who turns men to stone with a glance. But the real Medusa began as a beautiful woman, a priestess in Athena's temple. After she was assaulted by Poseidon, Athena transformed her into a gorgon. Medusa's curse protected her, but it also made her a target. When Perseus cuts off her head, he uses it as a weapon. Ancient art often shows Medusa as a protector. Her image guards doors and armor. Today, some people see her as a symbol for women punished for things outside their control. Scientists say fossils of petrified animals might have fueled the myth. Medusa's story raises a tough question. Who really creates the monsters? There's always more to discover. Ready for another surprise? Tap the next video and keep exploring with us, because every legend leads to a new mystery.